say ye the news go by the sa ko fa for ede aba o man Ghana mu de say wo pa amanyo sama wo do pa ne amemu de a ene untumi enyi ne the news emfa no ensi nche de bi wada nti da bia me catch us subscribe to your channel no also that can all other relevant news are enkanka for politics one any governance any ade ho say for political parties one NPP NDC CPP PDP and other political parties no so also that can one sem ha ede na say CBO ama atumpan ana ama yenya asundwe e wo setedumase yenkotie nsem bi emra pedefo ase kakom jeje ne kofo enum nti mentumi nkansam nso mfa nhye nkofo bia no yenkotie mra na yeba ye de adwenkyerɛ ba hwɛ wutie no comment nso begu ase na bibia nso aye kama ne atumanya bre akenkan e de ama before that nso no subscribe to your channel no on sabeka all other relevant news yentie nsem mra sisi ya na yeba ye de akabia nso atwa wo so na bibia nso aye wane yentie mra sisi ya
akom hu bi omo so omo ntiase da proxy MPP election committee so omatwam no omo ntiase ma petition bi e ma so omo se so omo adwen external branch bi pese omo ba beto abade bende be ye ma kwa de omo se yenye koso omo tituma ene mba wi abanim de ma ba amia sa na omo ka kwasi kwate na eka as to why they believe so is weird. But I also feel that the MPP can say well ban proxy internal prime they beto aba national so a ropa ade bi edi hu nkomo se Ghana for wabuchire beto aba no we dey advocate for it. Every from you hu ni kra me nkomo ni wa meti na nwo internal prime is kakrai. But well that is team kede ni omo kan omo say omo twa proxy ba me 40% kra onya omo no omo ka and I'm on the critical analysis and make sure so subscribe and subscribe na click bell notification me video bi etuma obetimi former member of parliament for Bekwai, former deputy speaker of parliament, on 31st January MPP primaries. No say proxy vote is so beam to me metwaba or they to me memo bi so nko to man no metwam. Na no na kwasi kwate responded to no say masa ni omu ye ni nyina no e ya de papa omdom no ya adwe because the proxy bar ombewiem jama ba omia.
Open na me kind post on your Facebook page say for Team Ken no you are in total support of party decisions say proxy voting omu for January 31st. Sanete.
When you are the Canada na mamema asem no me mo tofa na yen chicha. Party no election committee no and check no mo dey one communication about say afi di mabato e beto no one more be proxy voting film. Now one more reason was high here. One more they protected the integrity and sanctity of your process. Because if you look at the mood of the party, let's bit of mistrust and the other no a course and Tiadibia a baby mistrust now compromise the integrity of the process. You support it. If you want to buy any who send a car, because any crime, general election, you will be in a bed. But we will notice from previous elections, especially the 2023 general prime minister, a baby say, Nipan will be paid and some money idea, especially through this electoral injustice. One of the ways I want more skinny choose our proxy voting Of course, we don't want to go into the history, but can they get some data or work in the 2023 prime minister? Obi, I say, Ushimupa, about 7% of the votes need to over. Yanka and come here the Koka will be for the
Hey, how did you know that? Musi de Musa.
Oh, say so be data analysis. Be data analysis, but I mean sometimes in the name of peace and of course the unity of the party, no. Rebecca said they're more, they're more money than the but I'm telling you, say,
but data analysis when the how people voted in the ballot box, a secret voting, no? How would you know?
Say, the bit said now you can call. No fee. So confirm voluntarily. Or more about report to say or more to market, but the choice zero in him. Unfortunately, the main general election betrayed us because polling stations are almost 200% ma area in the general election they all had zero. And we know polling stations, some of them we had constituencies, some of them we had as high as 197, 200 votes. Your one kata said based on yes, your coalition, but yet is a check and data point. And I'm saying, say, if you do a computation of all these figures, you will come to the realization, say, can vote on and at the man. Maybe let's say maybe it could be a clerical error. But the point is, say, that's why I got 3 years. We need to make sure, say, we protect the integrity and sanctity of it. And I make us one of the ways, one more every year, and this scheming and manipulations, and maybe let me not even use scheming and manipulation. Let me say compromising the process, through these positive processes. Will be on principle, can the Japan team any against for external branches coming to vote. But we are saying there should be a comprehensive approach. So be a bit you take it a bit and answer a plain a better a do Europe, a do America, any other. Let's see all their numbers. Democracy has always been expensive. External branches is not a problem. But situations will be Ghana here, any party Ghana here, so not you are fair more before a handful. You are fair more before influential individuals. You will say over to our Ken and now on to certain direction. You are fair more now issues of threat and warning near the Usu and the Reman and no from and the father of Uncle over to the assigned form way. Indirectly you are signing a proxy for so that they are own quarter. And we have the history from the last election. Before Ghana one more ever two proxies or no more or Nare or Nashi, just because a particular candidate feels that he cannot trust them. Decided you could general influential person be any media. You have to then disclaim your right to exercise your franchise, Mianko proxy. You see, all will distort the integrity of the result. What a booking abu leak audio na abana. No making allegations very wild like Tampa or non a trend or for blooding delegates to threaten them. Imagine say your sister delegates is some Quatrama Ken. The only thing they will say is, oh, then do proxy. Now you will say you indeed have your votes. And these processes and instances anyway will compromise the integrity of the election. And the Pamno channel and one machino across one yanka one with Sadia any proxy in the film. Wow, bit about Toronto. After all, the general elections will be out of 18 million, about 18 million voters, a voter, Arbon, you'll be at the and indeed, even if we still bring proxy or we don't bring proxy, whichever is not everybody who can still come and vote. But why would we look into OBN and country will be said, we'll be betting where electoral box in the let's say 50 or 70 times because a Nipa 70 or more a right higher the Amano. No proper system of verification or cognitive rules on the Amano. And she said that they are that way,
but rather than banning proxy voting in its entirety, why won't you rather push say proxy voting should be done, but this time you put in all the checks. For example, one person cannot be proxy for more than one other person. Inti obia person auto proxy biano get a different person now on tomorrow. The situation where one person would be proxy for 30 people, for 10 people, for 20 people, should not happen. And put in place measures because again, the right to vote near constitutional and it should not be seen say a fetter is being placed on anybody's right to come and vote. Inti rather put in place systems, proxy, rather than banning it completely. No?
Bobby, right to vote is constitutional.
Yes.
But the exercise of right also goes with responsibilities.
Absolutely.
You can't say, right to vote. You can even renege on your right. At the same time, so you must take up your right. And at the end of the day, it's a balancing act. And the balancing act, what is the total effect that we are looking at? The total effect is to have a processor. You better for an candidate beyond could deal and can say, you will see the process way and that process way the SCM. And the other day, and if indeed love the party, won't you mean sorry? Maybe I won't say over. Of course, won't you mean we don't lose anything, so it doesn't benefit any of the candidates. It doesn't go in favor of A or it doesn't go in favor of B. It is also the more reason why we are saying, say, one more for one or two reasons, especially in Animal Mabuchi, will be also in why can't you also get a different process of also getting all of them to also come and vote? And Obi, about to young Cotton Stadium, they will all be in the various constituency. It is all constituency in I think we should have easy access to go and do it. In any event, Obi, the proxy bow, the proxy amount. Still, people will not even exercise their right to franchise.
Yes.
If you are doing the balancing act and you are looking at the decision at proxima very close to protecting the integrity of our election there. Let me you say we will stand with the decision of the election committee. But don't in the one of the omuye in say, one man said that question if be now the petition about now because the election committee does not have the right to powers to make the decision. If you have national council, the omu ni can be or into your party overturn it. But the good thing is that there are other people on also more external branch, also the counter petition about that petition is in if a 30, they have more papers, almost more money where they are not part. When we take it from me, you proxy free man. There is no way that about me I will get more than 40% in this election. You proxy free man. The proxy way in a way to spin things to favor a particular candidate.
But is that a fair comment to make, especially when you have no basis to make such claims?
Obi, I have given you a history of how Kennedy Japan suffered electoral injustice in the last election. I don't speak in a vacuum.
No.
For God's sake, I'm a lawyer.
I'm not saying you are speaking in a vacuum. I mean, you've not proven say Kennedy Japan diana usunya zero no. Sa number no. You've not proven say Anko Eho. Why do you think they call Dr. Baumia?
Obi, the other contestants, no.
Yes.
One more, if for instance, me analysis is my analysis, let me know about 7% of my votes. Other contestants, one is even up to 7% people.
Yeah. But the basis of 7%, the crown,
are you shifting the goalposts now?
No, I'm not. The basis of your 7%, to start with, no, you cannot build something on nothing. The basis of that 7%, the crown, questionable to start with. Analysis, the party didn't put that information out.
Obviously, I'm not speaking on behalf of the party.
Yes.
I am saying that from the history, and your data analysis, and even shows that last election, the Kennedy and I've given you a figure to that effect. Of course, unless of course I say it be a figure, but you have been able to dispute it, or we all reference the figure Electoral Commission as a party in the May. But I'm saying it is not in dispute. You call no for no. In the Edward Mo, some of them they had taking pictures of it. Some of them video Motoma in those polling stations and in those constituencies can still recorded zero. So that is what in dispute. One more bina, we had chiefs like Bugrina calling them to threaten them. Obi, when we left Ken Free Novono, our team, our campaign team said the level of intimidation that they were going through, some of them were even facing a threat of punishment. But we want to issue an advice that this time around, we'll stay by the values of the party.
Okay.
We'll make sure that there is a clean, transparent process. We'll make sure we stay united at the party. Because I find that fan cannot just a bondition in the But what we also not show Obi is weakness.
Okay.
Our team this time around will not show weakness.
Yes. So that is Kwesi. For me, I feel say they should have a way around it. To say Nana will be kind of one man, one proxy. But I say the nipa back home got some nipa 10-15 the M1. Because let's not forget the MPP is also one of the key parties a campaign for Ropa. Ropa just say the East ni beyenchi shebi a Ghana for wabuchiri. Ebetimi ato abebra to national election. So if even your internal election, which is a smaller contest compared to the national election, you don't trust each other. Then Ropa, how can you trust the system, because the same EC never should 31st January, no one be implementing ROPA. So it's a very interesting scenario. A very interesting as to how that will impact the election. I don't know, because MP before Bridge, I don't think that they are a lot compared to that in Ghana, but they still have impact on the election because Kennedy is in him no campaign. Dr. Mbami also I think US cra campaign. And yeah, I think UK crowns UK, so they all have supporters there. But that is what the chairman of the election committee share. If that is what will help the MPP, I'm not a Cadbury member. Well, we leave them to, but I'm just opposing how the MPP will also come back and say that let's advocate for Europa. I bet check it. I don't know what to think of it. So share your comment with me in the comment section. We also no subscribe to me. No click the notification the video be to my better notification be you want. Send a debut I make a Ghana to you. Show you. Bye bye.